A mechanic that has been around for years now has been recently popularized by a couple of players named Evample and Evoh. This mechanic is called the Wizard/Evo flick, and there is a bit of confusion as of the making of this video on the official name for it. As far as I am aware, Evample has been calling it a Wizard flick for some time now.
Yeah, Wizard flick, that's a go.
So I'm going to refer to it from now on that way as well. In this video, I'll be fully breaking this mechanic down in order to give you the most detailed look into how to pull it off. The timing is the most difficult part to learn, so all ranks should have a decent chance at pulling this flick off. I'll be doing this tutorial using air roll right, but if you use left, you can pretty much just flip everything that I tell you, and I can't really give tips for regular air roll as I don't have it bound. Let's get right into it. Being able to ground dribble is an absolute must for this shot. If you can't control the ball on your car, you're not going to be able to set it up and hold it in the position that you need until you're ready to jump. At the very least, if you can hold the ball on your car for a few seconds in one spot, you might be able to pull this off, but I highly recommend putting in the time to have decent control. Once you're able to drive around with the ball, you're going to want to start looking at where you need to place the ball before jumping. You want to make sure you have the ball sitting on the side of your car that you're going to be flipping towards. So for example, if you have the ball on the right side of your car, you're going to flip towards the right once you jump. I find that having the ball sit more towards the front corner of the car leads to more consistency with this shot, but as long as it's mostly to one side, you'll be good to go. Now that you have the ball sitting on either corner of your car's hood, it's time to jump. Motion that you'll be doing once you jump is holding down your joystick for a slight second to balance you out and then holding arrow right. You want to make sure to hold down when jumping at the very start, because if you don't, the ball is going to weigh your car down and you won't be able to get the flip that you need. Once your car is upside down, you'll want to let go of your directional arrow and then diagonal flip to the right if you had the ball on the right side of your car. Ideally, you get a small lift on the ball that doesn't pop too far away from you. Depending on how well you time your flip, you can get insane boomer shots or nice little pops that would catch any opponent off guard. I try to time my flip at the exact second that the ball is about to start dropping towards the ground. Once you flip in Rocket League, your vertical height is instantly stopped, so if you flip too early while the ball is still rising, you won't be able to get up any higher to reach it. Flipping as soon as the ball is done getting height gives you a much better chance of your flip actually making a connection. If you struggle with the motion that is needed after jumping, one thing that I did while learning was practicing without the ball. The only thing that you can't replicate with this method is the ball weighing you down at the start, but as long as you air roll and then diagonal flip, it will help you get it down. Trying to combine a ton of steps while learning new mechanics is a great way to get yourself tilted and wanting to stop learning. Once you have the first method of wizard flicking down, we can move on to another variant of them. The main difference with this one is you pump the ball in the air after it bounces rather than starting from a dribble. I do feel like this variation will be a little bit easier to read since you're going to be in the air when going for it, so it's not going to look like you messed up quite as much as the first method. One of the biggest benefits for the first method is it looks like you failed your flick with the way you jump, and then all of a sudden you flip back into place for an insane boomer. To start this variant, you'll want to have a light bounce going and then boost towards the ball. As soon as it bounces, you want to hit the corner of your car directly in the midsection of the ball between the actual middle and the bottom of the ball. If you hit too low on the ball, it's going to get too much height, and too much in the middle will just smack the ball away from you. Once you get your pop on the ball, you'll hold directional arrow until you are upside down again and then do your directional flip. If you hit the ball too far away from you on your jump, you can delay your flip big time by rolling completely with directional arrow and then flipping towards the ball. This form would require an insane amount of space to pull off, but if you can, I imagine it would absolutely destroy any opponent that you put it up against. A few of the things that I learned I was messing up when learning this flick was flipping before the ball was ready to drop, not having the ball far enough away from the side of my car, and not pulling back on my joystick for that slight second to balance myself out. Once I corrected these things, my wizard flick started becoming a lot more consistent. And that's gonna pretty much do it for this wizard flick tutorial. We covered the complete setup of this shot, as well as things that could potentially mess you up. As of the making of this video, this shot is not attempted by an insane amount of people, but I can absolutely see it making its way into RLCS someday. If you need any help at all with this flick, please let me know in the comments below and I will try my best to get back to all of you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like and maybe even a sub, and I will talk to you all in the next one. See ya.